Dear students, I am Sourav Sir from Department of Botany, Bangobashi Morning College. In this lecture, I am going to talk about human population growth and its impacts on environment, human health and welfare. It is the first topic of the seventh chapter of your syllabus. The current population of the earth is almost 7.5 billion people and it is growing. It is projected to reach over 8 billion by 2025, 9 billion by 2040, and a hopping 11 billion by 2100. Overpopulation is associated with negative environmental and economic outcomes ranging from the impacts of overfarming, deforestation, and water pollution to eutrophication and global warming. This is the scenario of the population growth. Look at the first one. 1 to 2 billion, it took 123 years. But the second one, 2 to 3 billion, it took only 33 years. 3 to 4 billion, it took 14 years only. 4 to 5, 13 years, and 5 to 6 billion, it took only 11 years. So the rate of growth is very, very rapid. Now the first impact of overpopulation is overfarming. As the global population increases, more food is needed, and that is obvious. Such measures may be met through more intensive farming. The yield of existing farmland can be increased through intensive farming to feed our rapidly growing population. This approach is characterized by reliance on mechanization, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers. And such practices can be associated with soil erosion and depletion of different environmental factors. Now the second one is the deforestation. Deforestation is the loss of forest cover due to human intervention. Agriculture is responsible for about 80% of deforestation worldwide. Another 14% is attributed to logging, 5% to firewood collection, and deforestation is also strongly associated with loss of habitat and extinction of many species. The third one is water pollution and eutrophication. While there is a plenty of water on the planet, it is very much scarce resource. Why? Only 2.5% of water resources are freshwater, and just a small fraction of that is available as unpolluted drinking water. Increased population load leads to water pollution, particularly to the freshwater resources. Agricultural runoff is one of the main causes of eutrophication. Now, what is eutrophication? Eutrophication is nutrient overload in water bodies like ponds, lakes, etc. As a result of eutrophication, algal bloom occurs. And what is algal bloom? Algal bloom is unwanted growth of algae in the water bodies, and water becomes unusable for anthropogenic activity. Now it is global warming. Overpopulation leads to more use of fossil fuels. The emission of gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, methane, etc. lead to greenhouse gases. These gases are called greenhouse gases. And the effect is called greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is warming of lower atmosphere and surface of the earth. So greenhouse effect is warming of lower atmosphere, not the upper atmosphere. That is just above the surface of the earth. As a consequence of greenhouse effect, global warming occurs. And what are the effects of global warming? Effects of global warming are climate change, rise in sea level, disruption of water cycle, changing forest and natural ecosystems, and it is a very big challenge for agriculture. Now here are some questions, probable questions from this chapter. you try to solve these questions from the text given above. Look at the questions and the options thoroughly and try to answer this. Thank you all.